So in my earlier video, we did see the surfactants of the shampoo, but there are also other ingredients in the shampoo such as the conditioning agents, the pH adjusters, the stabilizing agents, those that improve the viscosity of the shampoo, and also fragrances. Now I have about 2 shampoos here, so we can go through the contents and we'll know how to choose our shampoo. Now I'm not recommending anything, but this shampoo that I have in my hand is for babies. So let's go through these ingredients. It has sorbitol, which is actually a sugar alcohol, which is a humectant, which humectant means that it absorbs moisture from the air, and so it's a very good moisturizing agent. It also has cocoamidopropyl betaine. From my earlier video, betaine is an amphoteric surfactant, which is good. Then it has lauryl glucoside, which is a non-ionic surfactant, which is moisturizing and conditioning. Glycerin is also a humectant, which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere. It also has pantothenol, which is a provitamin B5, which is good. Cocoa glucoside, which is a non-ionic surfactant, which is a conditioning agent. Glyceryl oleate, again, is a non-ionic surfactant. Then acrylates cross polymer, which actually improves the viscosity of the shampoo, making it thicker. It also has aloe extract, it has chamomile extract, and citric acid. Citric acid actually adjusts the pH of the shampoo. So the scalp pH is 5.5, which is slightly acidic. So you need a pH of the shampoo to be similar to that of the scalp. Heliotrope adds the fragrance to the shampoo. They also have a hydrolyzed wheat protein, which actually volumizes the hair, which is good. And they also have a sodium hydroxide, which adjusts the pH. Tocopherol is vitamin E and zinc. So basically these contents are excellent, and it's sulfate free, and it's very safe for babies. So the next shampoo, which is supposed to be for dry and damaged hair. So let's go through these contents. It contains sodium laureth sulfate, which is an anionic surfactant which can damage the hair, but it also has other contents. So let's go through that. PEG7 glyceryl cocoate, which is a conditioning agent. It has decyl glucoside, which is a non-ionic surfactant. Lauryl betaine, which is an amphoteric surfactant, which is good. Then it has acrylates copolymer, which actually improves the viscosity and makes the shampoo thicker. Citric acid, as I said earlier, it's a pH adjuster. Then it also has cocoammonium hydroxypropyl hydrolyzed wheat protein. As I said earlier, hydrolyzed wheat protein is very good. It improves the volume of the hair, and it coats the hair shafts, making it look thicker. This also has fragrance, and glycol palmitate, glycol stearate. Both are actually pearling agents, which makes the shampoo thicker, and it also stabilizes the product. Then hydroxypropyl guar, which thickens the shampoo. Then hydroxypropyl triammonium chloride, again ammonium, so it's a quat, it's a cationic surfactant, which is good for the hair. Linalool adds fragrance. Then phenoxyethanol. Ethanol basically is a preservative for the shampoo. Salicylic acid again adjusts the pH, and it also removes the scales. It also has a shea butter extract. It has sodium benzoate, sodium chloride, and sodium hydroxide. Now sodium hydroxide adjusts the pH, but sodium chloride is actually salt. It can actually strip the moisture from the hair, so which is really not a good thing. So if you look at this shampoo, it has sodium laureth sulfate, which is not very good, and it also has sodium chloride, but the proportion is quite small, but the other components compensate for these two. So it is okay to use in dry normal hair as well as damaged hair. So now I hope you know how to go through the contents of your shampoo and decide which shampoo you can use. In my next video, we will talk about hair colors and whether it's safe to use hair colors.